Hi, 2023 is almost there. I know you're stepping into the new chapter of your life with a lot of dreams and a lot of goals, and we all have big goals to achieve. And to help you aid and achieve this goal, I am going to suggest you three books that can really help you to achieve your dreams. Firstly, I'm going to start off with my all time favorite, that's Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. Yuval Noah Harari, the author, is from Jerusalem. He is a famous historian. You could have watched his lot of videos and online. But my favorite book, Sapiens, why I suggest you is because of the fact that you get an idea of who we are, where we come from. We human beings were living in the forest. We were hunter gatherers. How do we manage to build big civilizations? How do we build big monuments? How do we manage to consider agriculture as our main cultivation? So these are all discussed in this book. The book itself is divided into three topics. They talk about our cognitive revolution, then talk about the agricultural revolution, and then the scientific revolutions. So the whole book is an idea of going back in time from 400 billion years ago, from how the earth was formed and how today we are revolving, or how the world is running. Why I suggest you this book is because when you want to achieve big things in life, you want to know the past as well. History is really, really important. I know history classes or history is not a favorite subject for a lot of people, but it's important and necessary to know the history. And there's a particular line that there's a quote that says, if you want to take big steps in future, you need to dip your legs in the past. So if you know what we are and how the world runs, if you are a teacher or if you are a person who's going to work, you need to know what we are doing. You know, what are you contributing to the world today? How are you going to leave a legacy? So all that you get to know only because you know the past. So that's why Sapiens is a very important book, and I bought this book in 2018, and every year I make sure I review this book because that's that important. It's highly important for you as well if you have big dreams and goals. Next, let's go to the second favorite book, that is Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People looks like a time management book. The moment you read the preface of the book, you would get an idea, okay, this book could be some time management, some random motivational book. Then you're wrong. Why? Because the book itself is talking about habits. If you read any motivational book or any non-fictional book, they usually tell you with some favorite stories, some big success stories, and then they say, they have achieved with this, now you can do that as well. So what's the difference with the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is he breaks down the habits of highly effective people. That means people who are really successful, and he gives the seven habits that you can cultivate in your life so that you can be successful. So it's not just a time management book. This is more of a personal coach that you can hire in 200 rupees. So you can watch a lot of videos about Stephen Covey in online, in YouTube, of course. But why do you read this book is because of the fact that how he illustrates the ideas. And I don't want to get in detail, because if you want to know about each and every book in detail, I will put the link on the description, because we have discussed about each and every book in the past. So Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is the next highly recommended book for you to be successful in 2023. Now let's jump on to the third and the most important book of all time, that is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich, I have bought this book in 2016, and I have been reading this book every year. Why? Because this book is not about money. Of course, you get an idea that Think and Grow Rich is for the people who want to earn more money. Then it's not true. Think and Grow Rich is a book about desires. It's a book about ideas. If you have desires, if you have big dreams and big goals, then I highly recommend you don't want to read the other two books. Just read this book, and it can change your 2023. And why? Let's take a minute or two to discuss about this book. This book is all about ideas. You might think how people who are earning money, how people who are rich and wealthy are earning money. You might be wondering, all they do is being creative and sticking to that idea of being creative. So if you are creative in whatever job that you do, you could be a teacher, you could be working in a sales job, you could be laying bricks. Whatever you do, how do you be creative and how do you stick to big desires? The book itself, the first few chapters, the author talks about desires. How do you have not just desire? He says burning desire. How do you have a burning desire in your life? Let's talk about a story. You know, talking about desires, I don't want to skip this story. Once there was a man in America who wants to sell medicine, and let's say it's a tonic, and he wants to sell this tonic throughout the world. He wants to become a world famous tonic seller. Now he's trying his best, and he's approaching a lot of pharmaceutical companies, and they are rejecting him. And one point he wants to give up, but his desire, his burning desire, doesn't want him to give up. Then he goes on to talk to somebody else and somebody else, and finally he ends up in a beverage company. And he says, you're doing this beverage, why don't you try this? And he says, okay, let's try. And then the beverage company is becoming very famous. Everybody started drinking the tonic. Later on, this tonic is called Coca-Cola. Yes. So Coca-Cola company, when they started, they want to be in the founder. He wants to do something else, but his burning desire is everybody wants to drink that tonic. And today we know everybody is drinking Coca-Cola. So that's what happens if you have big dreams and aspirations. You desire, and the nature sort of gives you the answer. So stick to your desires. And not just about desires, the author also talks about visualizing your dreams. How important is visualizing your dreams? When I say visualization, it actually means that you're creating imprints of your dreams and goals in the back of your mind, on your subconscious mind. So if you have an idea of building a big car company, create that image in your mind. That's how you visualize your dreams. So if you want to earn money, of course you want to be rich, then create that idea of how much money you exactly want, and imagine that money in your bank account, or imagine sitting in the house with that money in front of your house. So all this is some of the visualization techniques the author talks in detail. Think and Grow Rich is a very old book. It's written in 1930s, 1937 to be exact. But the idea of being rich is not just about money. That's what I told you. It's about how your desires, how your ideas can help and serve the community. You take any big companies in the world, they're actually serving the people. So your idea should not be around money or around wealth. It should be about serving the community, serving your country, or serving the world itself. So those are the three recommendations, and I suggest you read at least one of this book that can highly impact your 2023. Let's see. I'll get back to you next week with the next book review. I didn't break anything. Don't worry. This book is that I'm reading currently. Think Like Da Vinci. We will see next week. Bye for now.